Finally, in the bottom of the modulation tab, we have the matrix section over here. And this is a bit of an abstract concept. I want to describe it and explain it before I show it. It's used to combine two sources to create more complex modulators. So two sources routed to one destination. Now it contains two buses, and either can work in one of two modes, attenuation mode or summing mode. And each of the buses has two inputs that are processed and sent to the modulation target. So here, for example, I have LFO1 assigned as one of the sources, and I have velocity assigned as another one. And they're sent through the matrix. And then at a target, for example, if I use the target here, I have bus 1 matrix or bus 2 matrix, or I can sum the two together. So just to reiterate, this takes two modulation sources and then either sums them or attenuates them. We're going to explore the differences between the two. And then that's used as kind of a compound, let's call it a compound modulation source that we use to modulate a target parameter. Now here's the one for the second bus. Same thing. We have our two parameters over here. In this case, it's the y-axis and LFO2, and then it's summed over here. Now, the matrix signal can be converted into bipolar modulation source, and that's one of the things that's good for this. That's what I'm going to show you, how to modulate above and below, for example, this cutoff point. We set it to attenuation mode by clicking here and getting this X icon. And that works as a multiplicator where it takes the two sources and multiplies them together. When we click this again, we get the plus sign, and that's summing mode, where the two modulation sources are added together. So they can either be multiplied or added, and then we get the destination of them at the bus 1 matrix or bus 2 matrix. So same thing works here. We set the two modes that way. There are two input sources, and bus 2 is available as the destination. So in this case, let me play you what I have, and it's a little simple step pattern. I've got cutoff. So let's start by looking at attenuation mode in here. So here we set the input value, and I'm going to set this to decrease for velocity and increase for the LFO. So now I'll be modulating above and below. When I dial up modulation depth here, it should go above and below this point. Pull this down more. So it's based on velocity. So you see some of the stronger notes. I'll put a stronger step there. Because we're using the arpeggiator, we can control the velocities of each step. So those steps that are up high are going below the cutoff point. Now, if I do this in reverse, we'll get the reverse behavior. But let's go in positive direction. So here, when the velocities are high, it's going below, and when they're above, it's using the LFO1 level that we set over here. I can increase the frequency. For example, just to show you what the LFO1 is doing. So again, the velocities. So that's one way of getting the bipolar modulation. Now, if we click this, we're going to get into summing mode, where it's the same thing, but we're summing rather than multiplying. So you can hear the different results. Let's bring that negative and that positive. So different results. Now, when we're in the attenuation mode, we have this option of positive or negative where we can reverse the directions. Or like that. So very complex way of combining multiple modulation sources and then getting the either sum of the two or multiplication of the two to work as a compound source that we can assign over here. So this ends our look at Ashlight. I hope you've enjoyed these videos and gotten some ideas on how you can use it. This is Eli Kranzberg signing out. See you for more next time.